Terrorist attack in London today leaves several dead and many more injured.
A blood drive was held on campus today. Find out why the Red Cross needed donations now more than usual.
A little bit of winter came back to Syracuse on our third day of spring. Will the cold weather last? All you know coming up. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Our top story tonight comes from London, where officials are dealing with the aftermath of what is being called a terrorist attack. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. Thanks for joining us. A deadly attack leaves several dead in the central London near Parliament. The House of Commons was on lockdown today after what officials are calling a terrorist attack. The attacker drove a car over the Westminster Bridge where he hit multiple people. Police say he then crashed the car into a fence and entered into Parliament where he attacked police and civilians. The attacker was only armed with a knife. Police shot and killed him shortly after. So far, an officer and at least 3 civilians are dead. 20 others are reported injured, including French school children. Hospital officials say some of the injured are in critical condition. We're joined now by Citrus TV reporter Nicole DeMentri from the SU London Study Abroad Center in central London. Nicole, can you tell us what the atmosphere is like in London right now?
In London right now, I definitely think there's a heightened sense of security. Just walking through the streets, there definitely is a sense of chatter among everyone. You can hear everyone talking about the incident, whether, like I said, it's on the streets, in the tube, on the bus, or if you're here in school at SU London. There definitely is a sense of shock and surprise, since it's been a long time since something like this has happened here in central London.
What has SU London done for the students?
So almost immediately, and I mean immediately, they sent us an email saying, hey, you guys, there might be a report of an instance going down of a shooting or stabbing down near Westminster, near Parliament and Big Ben and the London Eye. Please avoid Westminster at all costs. As news progressed that something did unfortunately happen there, and it is being investigated as a terrorism plot and a terrorism scare. They emailed us yet again, having the release from the ISOS app, which is the international security app that we use on our phones, to tell us that it was a terrorism incident. It is going to be completely closed down. Things are going to be in heightened security here. And they told us to please be safe, to let them know if we needed absolutely anything or we felt unsafe at any time during our stay here in London. And at the bottom, they had us please email them back so they could get a head count of all of us, especially because the chancellor back in Syracuse wanted to make sure that we were all safe and sound, okay, and accounted for.
Thank you, Nicole. Safe travels for the rest of your semester.
The commencement speaker for Syracuse University is a civil rights activist, business executive, and attorney. Vernon E. Jordan Jr. will give the commencement address on May 14th in the Carrier Dome. Chancellor Kent Syverud says students will benefit from Jordan's insights due to his great experience and success in government and business. Students from the Centner School of Music held a special concert for Bach's 332nd birthday last night. The concert was free and open to the public and included Bach trivia, party favors, and birthday cake. The event was also live streamed on the VPA website.
Philanthropy Week continues today with Class Act Day. It's an opportunity for seniors to donate to the Class of 2017 gift campaign. The minimum donation is $20.17 in honor of the graduating class. And in other news, Syracuse will offer a class examining the Trump presidency next fall. The course will focus on the Trump administration and how it relates to pop culture. Students will look at how social media affects the presidency and the celebrity culture of the president. The goal of the course is to understand how pop culture intersects with politics.
When they aren't teaching a class or grading your last exam, your professors may be doing some writing of their own. Professors around SU are responsible for a number of articles in newspapers and other publications around the country. Why do they do it? Citrus TV reporter Conor Wight has more.
This semester, SU Assistant Professor of Political Science Christopher Pharisee and Professor Roy Gutterman were both published in the Washington Post and Syracuse.com, respectively, and it certainly isn't the first time they've been published.
I've had pieces in the Huffington Post, in the New York Times, pieces in Forbes.com, in the Washington Post, a book review in the Washington Post a few years ago, and the American Prospect.
So if you're reading the paper and think that you found a familiar name, you could be right. It could be one of your professors right here on campus. The articles take a great deal of time and work to complete, and can even come out of the blue. Professor Pharisee's most recent article on President Trump's tax returns was prompted by a late-night message from an editor at the Washington Post.
Messaged me on Twitter, said, "Do you want to write something?" I said yes. I wrote something in an hour and a half, gave it to her at midnight, got edits back at 1:30 in the morning, sent her edits back at 5, and then I had one more round of edits, and then it was up online by 9, I think.
If an article requires work into the early hours of the morning and there's no pay involved, why do it?
Paid for these. It's part of my role. Part of my role here is to educate not only students but also to educate members of the public on controversial issues. And
professors provide an educational angle in their articles, providing specified expertise that some journalists simply can't.
You get a professor, you're not going to get those types of stories. You're going to get more analytical stories on, why a policy is being proposed, what it means for real people, angles like that.
Conor Wight, CitrusTV News.
Spring may have begun on Monday, but it has yet to arrive here in Syracuse.
It was freezing outside today. Brendan Tierney joins us to break down a snow-filled afternoon and a sunny afternoon.
Thanks, Brittany and Meg. Yeah, cold outside today. The wind was the biggest story. We had sun, wind, snow, all building up to make quite an interesting day here on campus. 23 degrees was our high. 17 will be our low tonight. The big story, though, that wind and the wind chills making it feel close to zero around campus throughout most of the day. Taking a look at your radar right now, there's not much in snow left in the area. A little bit of cloud cover that will be here for the afternoon. It'll be clearing out by tonight, so not too bad outside. No more snow they have to deal with, at least for today. Taking a look around the region right now at the moment, we're checking at 23 here in Syracuse, 21 in Cortland, mid-20s for most of the region. It's going to be getting even colder. I'll have more on that coming up.
Coming up, former Trump campaign advisor Paul Manafort is in hot water. Find out the latest on his links to Russia and what that means for the investigations on the Trump administration.
And it's the 7th anniversary of Obamacare. Find out what that means with the new administration trying to get rid of it.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back. Donating blood at a blood drive is one way to save a life.
Citrus TV reporter David Edelstein is live in studio to tell us why today's campus blood drive is even more important than usual.
The Red Cross is constantly looking for blood donations to maintain supply for emergency use, but with a large winter storm like today's, we are looking for more blood than usual in the with the winter storm. Now with slightly better weather, I went to the Schine Student Center where they had a blood drive today, and they're looking for blood more than they typically are. Syracuse is infamous for its harsh winters, and being the snowiest city in the country is troubling news for the Red Cross.
In our New York Penn region alone, which includes New York and about 10 counties in Pennsylvania, more than 50 blood drives were forced to cancel, and blood donation centers were shut down due to that storm on March 14th, resulting in about 1,500 donations to go uncollected.
Stepanian says each donation can save up to 3 lives. Multiplying that by the approximate 1,500 canceled donations means the uncollected blood could have helped up to 4,500 people. But as the snow melts away, blood drives are back in action, and donors are showing up.
Because I want to make a difference.
The blood drive held today at Syracuse University is helping replenish some of the supply lost to the storm. The goal is at least 33 donations.
I think it's important all the time to donate, but when there's more of a need, it's nice to see people that come out and can, take a little bit of time out of their day to come do it.
Even for people who dislike needles, like me.
Suck it up.
Knickerbocker has O-positive blood, a type that can be used to treat nearly anyone in need.
All I want is it to help somebody, whether it even goes into a person, if it just is used for research, I don't care. But if it can better somebody in general, whether it's indirectly or directly, I'm all for it.
While many people are content knowing that they donated blood and generally did something good, for others, giving has a deeper, personal significance. Knickerbocker says she feels like she has been on both sides of what she calls the circle of life. She broke her back while serving in the Marine Corps and received medical help of her own, and now she continues to give blood to aid others.
It definitely makes me feel like I was able to help, and then when I needed help, someone was there to help me.
Knickerbocker says she first started donating blood in high school. She said she continued to donate while in the Marine Corps and now continues today. Her story is one of helping others and then receiving help when she needed it in return.
President Donald Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort is facing accusations about his ties to Russia. Documents obtained by the Associated Press reveal he worked for a Russian billionaire to advance the interests of President Vladimir Putin.
This contradicts the Trump administration's claim that Manafort never worked for Russian interests. Manafort said he worked with a billionaire for business but denied representing political interests.
And the CEO of the Hardee's and Carl's Jr. restaurant chains is resigning. Andrew Puzder led the company for 17 years.
The current chief of American operations at KFC, Jason Marker, will replace him. He was President Trump's pick for Secretary of Labor, but withdrew his name after members of Congress objected his nomination.
Today is the 7th anniversary of Obamacare. Former Vice President Joe Biden returned to Washington, D.C. to speak about the importance of the Affordable Care Act.
This comes just after House Republicans are expected to take up the American Health Care Act. This legislation would replace Obamacare entirely.
Biden believes that this is the GOP's attempt to pass a tax bill as health care legislation.
Today marks the one-year anniversary of the Brussels suicide bombings. ISIS claimed responsibility for killing 32 people in attacks on a subway and in the airport. In total, more than 300 people were injured.
A new statue in honor of the victims was unveiled at a special ceremony this afternoon. The ceremony occurred only hours before a man attacked outside the UK Parliament.
And Brazil has suspended export licenses over 20 meat packing plants today. Reports released last week showed inspectors being bribed to overlook rotten meat in several areas.
Many countries are taking steps to prevent the sale of meat from the South American nation. More than 1,000 agents are already involved in the ongoing investigation.
Coming up, what unusual item is causing a cancer outbreak in hundreds of women around the country?
And which popular Christmas song is becoming a movie? Stay with us.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader. From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Remember our old friend, the Arctic Circle? It is back. We have some Arctic air coming down our way with the jet stream way down south right now, and that brought the cold weather here throughout today, and it's going to be sticking around for a little bit, not feeling quite like spring, which officially began back on Thursday. Taking a look at your future radar, you're able to see nice and dry, a little bit of clouds in the area, that high pressure that you saw keeping us dry. No moisture on the way, at least for tonight and into tomorrow. So your weather for tonight, 11 degrees will be your low. It's going to be feeling more like 8 degrees, cold and blistery out there. Again, the wind will still be sticking around, and the lack of cloud cover is allowing the warmth we had today to go up into the upper atmosphere, and it's going to be very cold here today, tonight, into tomorrow morning. But the good news is we're getting a little warmer. So as we take a look at your CitrusTV 5-day forecast, you're able to see 35 degrees tomorrow, sunny, low will be 25, which means we do have a chance for some ice coming into the area on Friday morning. Once we get above 32 degrees on Friday, the ice will change over to rain, and that's not too bad overall. We're getting up to 48 on Friday, 43 on Saturday. For the men's lacrosse game against Duke, 60% chance of some rain, 43 degrees. 42 degrees on Sunday. The same thing, the ice changing over to rain into the afternoon. Then Monday, the chance of rain sticks around, just a few passing showers.
All right, Brendan, you mentioned some ice Friday morning. Do we think that we'll see snow again before spring weather comes?
Unfortunately, we do have another chance for some snow next week. Temperatures are dipping down. It will be at night. We're getting to that point where the sun angle's hiding off the snow that's on the ground right now is going to be melting, and more snow won't stay around very long.
All right, thank you very much. Customers no longer have to leave the house to go to Costco. The retailer will start offering delivery services at the end of the year. Customers can pay $99 a year for unlimited deliveries. This new trend is expected to keep expanding. 1/5 of all grocery sales could be online by 2025. Airbnb is setting its sights on China. The short-term rental company announced today it will triple its Chinese workforce. It also revealed a new Chinese name and a marketing campaign called Welcome Each Other with Love. China already has its own version of Airbnb, which controls most of the market.
Several deaths from a rare form of cancer have been linked to breast implants. The implants were first linked to cancer in 2011. The FDA announced yesterday that they have now caused 9 deaths. 350 reports of the cancer have been associated with the implants so far. Removing the implants seems to eliminate the cancer, but some women may still need chemotherapy. All I Want for Christmas Is You is now not just a song anymore. Mariah Carey will narrate an animated movie by the same name as her famous Christmas tune. The movie will focus on a young Mariah who wants a puppy for Christmas. The film will be released on home video in December.
Should I stay or should I go? That's the money question for standout college basketball players. And today, Syracuse freshman Tyus Battle gave us an answer. Coming up in sports, we'll tell you if he's coming back to school or jumping to the pros. Plus, some recognition for other Orange athletes. Stick around.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back. I'm Drew Carter. A year ago, Tyus Battle came to Syracuse as the most highly touted recruit in the class of 2016. Now he's coming back to Syracuse as perhaps the best player on the Orange's roster. Today, Battle's father, Gary, said Tyus is sticking around for his sophomore season, passing up a chance to get selected in the NBA draft. 6'6" guard averaged a shade over 11 points per game as a freshman, but that number skyrocketed to more than 17 in the team's last 7 games. Syracuse might lean heavily on Battle this season because Tyler Lydon is reportedly jumping to the NBA, even though he hasn't signed with an agent just yet. One guy who's definitely gone is Andrew White III. He's graduating after spending his last year of eligibility with SU. White led the team in scoring at 18.5 points per game, and today he was recognized as one of the best players in the region. The grad transfer made second team All-District 2, named by the National Association of Basketball Coaches. The honors are piling up for Syracuse athletes. This afternoon, lacrosse goalie Evan Malloy was named National Defensive Player of the Week by the USILA. Malloy held Johns Hopkins to its lowest scoring output of the season Saturday in an 8-7 overtime win for the Orange. Earlier this week, Malloy earned ACC Defensive Player of the Week honors for the second time this season. He's raking in the awards, but Malloy is quick to credit the guys in front of him.
I think just like our team defense as a whole, we were communicating really well. We were just talking about it. They didn't have many goals in the 6-on-6 set, so some man-up ones, some broken plays, and transition. But I think we were just communicating really well. Everybody knew their assignments. We worked hard this week on being prepared, and I think it paid off.
It's a Big Apple showdown tonight on the ice. The Islanders travel across town for a date with the Rangers in Madison Square Garden. Even though the teams sit back-to-back in the Metropolitan Division standings, 16 points separate them. The Isles have dropped 4 of their last 5 and are now 3 points back of the Maple Leafs for the last wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. The Rangers, meanwhile, are 13 points clear of Toronto for the first wildcard spot, but the Blue Shirts are winless in their last 6 home games. Late start tonight, puck drops at 8 o'clock. Speaking of late starts, the Knicks get going at 10:30 tonight in Utah. New York has lost 5 of its last 6 and sits 7.5 games out of a playoff spot with just 12 outings left on the schedule. The Jazz are riding a 3-game losing streak but are still in 4th place in the Western Conference standings. And tonight, the USA takes aim at its first title in the World Baseball Classic. The Americans take on Puerto Rico in the championship game at Dodger Stadium. The teams have already met once in the tournament. Puerto Rico came out on top 6-5 and is 7-0 so far in the WBC. On the Hill, it's the same pitching matchup as the first meeting. Marcus Stroman from the Blue Jays for the U.S. and Seth Lugo from the Mets for Puerto Rico. And guys, would be huge for the Americans to pick up a win tonight. Would be the first title ever in the 4th tournament in the WBC.
Well, okay, so what do you think? What are your predictions for the SU-Duke lacrosse game this weekend?
Big time matchup for the Orange, now coming off a huge win against Johns Hopkins. Guys, I think they're going to carry the momentum. They are winning these close games 3-1 in 1-goal matchups. Another big time matchup against Duke coming up this weekend. I think Syracuse stays hot.
Good. Sticking with lacrosse, how do you think their season will shape up?
You know, this team ranked 5th in the entire nation now, guys. Syracuse got a chance to win a national title for the first time in quite a while, get back to the Final Four for the first time since 2011.
All right, thank you. Citrus TV News will be right back. Stay with us.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Let's take a look at your day planner for tomorrow. The weather coming up, not that bad overall, guys. Nice and sunny tomorrow. Going to be 17 degrees at 9 a.m., 29 by noon, 32 at 6 p.m. Not as cold as today. There's been plenty of sunshine. The wind will still be sticking around.
Now that ice that you mentioned earlier, will that stick around?
There is a chance for some ice to stick around throughout the day, but it's going to be all washed away by the end of the night on Friday. The rain's going to get it out of here.
All right, thank you, Brendan. A 3-year-old American girl's visit to Rome is going viral after meeting Pope Francis. The cheeky young girl stole the Pope's skull cap when he went in to kiss her on the cheek.
Pope Francis and his aides laughed it off, and the cap was safely returned back to him. Fun fact, the Pope is the only member of the Catholic Church to wear a white skull cap. Catholic cardinals wear red.
I definitely laughed at this video when I saw it up on my Facebook feed earlier today. It's just exactly what you would expect from a little toddler.
It's very cute. It's just something that you just scroll through Facebook and you just laugh about.
Absolutely. Yes, well, that's all the time we have today. I'm Meghan Mistry.
And I'm Brittany Muller. Have a great night, Syracuse.